Are we going to be the generation that let Ireland go because we were embarrassed to be called names? This country is ours.
We need to take our country back. The National Party is about taking this country back.
I love my country. I love Ireland, and I am proud to be Irish. And I want Ireland to be Irish, and I want our people to be taken care of.
This is our land, the whole island of Ireland.
To want to preserve your culture, your people, your land. There's nothing questionable about that.
I refuse to acknowledge that any of my views I hold are hateful in any way. What I express is righteous anger. Anger towards the perpetual injustice placed on my people for generations and the continuing of this through expanded means and via new enemies. I do not espouse any ideas that were not held by my forefathers, and I will not be shamed for that. It is they who should feel shame.
I love my country, and I want my country to be Ireland, and I want my country to be an Irish Ireland, and I'm not ashamed of that, and I shouldn't have to be ashamed of that.
Just because you love your nation and your family and your friends and your culture, it doesn't automatically mean that you hate everyone else's.
The Irish people are not the priority to this current government. Our healthcare system and our education system, two of the most relevant indicators of the developmental stage of a country, are in an absolute shambles. And what are our government doing about this? About our sick, about our elderly, about our children, about our most vulnerable? Well, after sanctioning, funding and encouraging the killing of as many as possible, they then ignore the rest in favour of offering aid to people from other countries. How can we possibly offer aid to anyone whom we cannot aid our own?
There's 11,000, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 of those that are kids, children, born in this country that are homeless.
I think those people have more of a right to be in any hotel in the country than bringing anybody else in.
If the huge contrast between government spending policies on foreign aid, asylum seekers on the one hand, and on their own people on the other hand, if that is repeatedly highlighted in clear, stark terms, together with a reminder that it's all taxpayers' money that's involved, at least some people may feel angry and indignant enough to look for an alternative beyond the mainstream traitor parties.
There are more than enough houses for Irish people, but 20% of the population is foreign born. And the solution to the problem, according to IBEC, which is the controller, really, of Irish government policy, is that we need more immigrant labour to build more houses because there aren't enough houses for the people who are already here.
Mass immigration will become an election issue, one that you can count on, cannot back away from, and can no longer ignore. As an Irish sovereign nation, we have every right to protect our families, our communities, and our home.
It's our only home, and we hold it in trust only for our children and their children.
I really wanted to point out the views of the diaspora abroad. They need to come home, but we just can't bring them home with this current regime. These are your sons and daughters. They're your brothers and sisters, your cousins, your best friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your nieces, your nephews. These are your family that want to get back here, but they just can't.
When the full extent of the treachery of all governments in recent decades is clearly revealed and understood by the general public, then the way could be paved for a return to patriotism and national pride.
You owe it. You owe it to your family. You owe it to your children. We don't do running. We will stand. Because the price of not doing it is Ireland. We can save this country. There's still time. But you have to help us.